Hi guys, welcome to Maybe News. Today I've made you a video about 10 the most expensive cities in Europe to travel. If you like this video, give it a thumb up and subscribe our channel. Let's get started. 10. Zurich. Switzerland is known to be one of the most expensive countries in the world, and that's true. The prices are significantly higher than in the neighboring states, especially the cost of transportation and accommodation. For example, one-way tram journey in Zurich will cost around €5. The city boasts an average population and it dates more than 2 centuries back. The official language is German and prides itself on a rich history, hence the numerous museums and historical sites. The city is among the world's largest financial centers and is home to many banking and financial institutions. Thanks to its fast-rising rates of growth, the city has attracted many foreign investors, hence leading to increased population and also cost of living and traveling. For instance, if you happen to shift to the city of Zurich today from New York, then you will spend approximately 74% more on food and clothing. And as for traveling, a hotel for two is about €140, meal for two €60, and something to drink from €3 to €5. Despite its hefty prices, the country is one of the most naturally beautiful on the planet, and not to mention the cheese and chocolate on offer, and is well worth hopping through, even if only for a few days. 9. Geneva. After speaking German in Zurich, we're now speaking French in Geneva, and we still haven't left the Switzerland. The city is stunningly surrounded by both the Alps and the Jura Mountains, and boasts a dramatic view of Mont Blanc, so there is no doubt that Geneva is beautiful. There is also no doubt that it's mightily expensive, even by European standards. As easily one of the most expensive cities throughout the entire continent, travelers will have to hand over close to €25 for a relatively cheap meal, and about €7.50 if they want to wash it down with a beer. Transportation is not that cheap either, as it is 11.4% more in comparison to what people in Dubai pays. Fortunately, one of the top sites in the area, Lake Geneva, is the work of Mother Nature and therefore won't send us back any hard-earned cash. Geneva is also home to Europe's United Nations headquarters and the Red Cross. 8. Oslo. Oslo is one of the most famous and one of the most densely populated cities in Norway. It is the current capital city of the country and also a trading place. In addition, it is a center of banking and shipping. Due to its features, the city attracts professionals in search of better jobs and hordes of investors each year. Oslo is also regarded as a center of maritime trade and maritime industries in Europe. It's also a base to various companies in the maritime sectors, some of which happens to be the largest shipping companies in the world, maritime insurance brokers and shipbrokers. On the basis of quality of life, Oslo tops the list among European cities. So, how much money will you need for your trip to Oslo? You should plan to spend around €120 per day on your vacation in Oslo, which is the average daily price based on the expenses of other visitors. Past travelers have spent on average €25 on meals for one day and €20 on local transportation. Also, the average hotel price in Oslo for a couple is €140. So a trip to Oslo for 2 people for 1 week costs on average €1,600. 7. London. Also referred to as the Queen City, or the Metropolis, has always been a favorite of many people due to its wide range of entertainment options, fashion, art, museums, and architecture. Thanks to that, the city, which is the capital of England, has a diverse array of people from more than 300 languages. It prides itself over 4 World Heritage Sites and many more attractions, which continue to attract thousands of people each day. London happens to be a home to various museums, sporting events, galleries, museums, and other cultural institutions, such as Natural History Museum, British Museum, Tate Modern British Library, National Gallery, and West End theatres. London often makes the list of most pricey cities to live in. It's 22nd on the 2019 Worldwide Cost of Living Survey, and it lands even higher on the list of costly places to visit. From high-priced hotels and restaurants to costly taxi rides and ritzy attractions, London is expensive at every turn. But the good news is that national museums are free, so at least you won't have to pay a cent to see the priceless works of art and antiquities. 6. Amsterdam. Amsterdam has plenty of things to be proud of, from its world-class museums to its nightlife and its interweaving canals. One of the drawbacks of this otherwise incredible Netherlands city is its ability to accommodate budget travelers. Even the yacht hotels are pricey. The museums aren't cheap either, and any of the taboo activities just add to the overall bill. A refreshing beer after a long day of walking through the beautiful streets and canals of Amsterdam will set you back about 4.50 euros, while a meal at a cheap restaurant goes for about 15 euros. Average hotel rates are 250 euros. Still, it's a destination that can be skipped. And just remember, a coffee shop and a cafe are two very different types of establishments. 5. Paris. While the French capital might have a stunning reputation as the city of light and the city of love, it also presents a rather unfortunate association with being widely expensive. Since the immemorial Paris has always been a favorite of many travelers, celebrities and actors, due to its numerous historic sites and architectural landmarks, where in 2016 the Louvre registered 7.4 million visitors, thus becoming the most visited museum in the world. The major attractions all have entry fees, and the beautiful restaurants will cost you a pretty penny too, around 13 euros, with 6 euros for an accompanying beer. People around the world will pay nearly 300 euros per night for a hotel just to see the Eiffel Tower, Louvre Museum, and Moulin Rouge. 4. Venice. As one of the most crowded tourist destinations, Venice is a victim to simple supply and demand. Venice hotels are some of the most expensive, averaging 242 euros per night. And for a city on the water, with only water taxis as an option, because no cars are allowed beyond the bridge parking garage, Venice is home to some of the most expensive taxi rides too. Based on a 3-mile journey, you'll pay more than 18 euros per person, and those once-in-a-lifetime gondola rides will run you more than 100 euros for just 20 minutes. 3. Dublin. Dublin is the capital city of Ireland. The city is renowned for its bustling nightlife and proximity to Ireland's stunning natural landscapes. Unfortunately, it's certainly not one of the cheapest in the continent for tourists, largely due to the above-average hotel prices. According to TripSavvy, you'll need to fork off 5 euros for beer in Dublin, and about 15 euros for a meal at an inexpensive restaurant. A visit to the popular Guinness storehouse will set you back a further 18.5 euros. 2. Monte Carlo. As far as notoriously luxurious and expensive cities go, it's hard to bypass Monte Carlo as the frontrunner. But is it really as expensive as people make it out to be? While you can manage on a general Western Europe spending mentality, the short answer is still yes. If you want to experience the city's its full potential, which features dazzling hotels, casinos, and cruises throughout the harbor, then I hope your wallet's feeling full. The most popular attraction in the area, the Casino de Monte Carlo, will set visitors back around 10 euros just to get in the door. And the Oceanographic Museum, which is likely the second most famous attraction, will cost over 18 euros. 1. Copenhagen. The city draws a younger crowd looking for fun at its nightclubs, pubs and bars, though to a slightly lesser extent than its pricey cousin of Ibiza. After a night on the town, however, don't turn to fast food to cure your hangover. A Big Mac in Copenhagen will cost you nearly 10 euros, one of the most expensive Big Macs in the world. Drinking a coffee with that? That could be another 5 euros. Of course, that means dining out at a restaurant isn't any better. Eating out for two averages 50 euros per meal. Copenhagen is also home to the most expensive taxi rides. At least the city is very bike-friendly, so the best option to travel through city is to rent a bike. And that's all for today. Thanks guys for watching and see you in the next episode.